who you really are right now is actually your true self. But who is that person? Are you being real right now? Or you are just following again, as everybody else? Are you just crushing your dreams because you believe you cannot do it? Or because other people told you that you cannot do it? Are you just saying yes all the time to people because you are afraid of losing them? Are you just not respecting yourself? Because if you do, maybe you are hurting somebody else. Well, this is what I mean with just not being real, with just not being true to yourself. To find out how to find your true self, we gotta understand what is actually a true self. And for me, who is my true self? Is the version of myself that is in complete harmony with my other parts, ending up in just being one single being. But hey, you might say, well, like, what do you mean? Like, having different parts of you? What does that mean? I mean, like, you know, when you are so afraid in life constantly, or you are afraid of losing a job, or not getting enough money, or you are like so stressed about these situations that are happening in your life, or like things changing, and then it's so hard for you to find peace, to find that version of yourself that is in complete power, in complete relaxation, that just trusts everything that is happening around you. It's just completely okay. I give you an example. You know, I have a big challenge myself. I have been battling so long with like self-esteem and self-respect, and you know, I've been just, for example, just been gaining weight all the time, and just haven't been able to lose it and just be stable and normal. And that has made me so miserable and so unhappy many times. But who I am doesn't even compare to what all of this is. My true self is someone incredible. It's someone that looks like a superhero, honestly. Somebody that can just beat any goal or any obstacle in front of him. That can see obstacles as opportunities, as something that is not just work, but is something about learning and adventure. Not just pursuing pleasure all the time because you are bored, because you don't know what to do with your life. You know, that's me. I mean, like, we pursue so much pleasure all the time, trying to find out who we are, or because we are just avoiding who we are sometimes, or the situation we are in, because we are just so unhappy that we cannot find happiness. Sometimes you get just so frustrated with just not being real, you know. Sometimes you get so frustrated because you think that you are not someone, because you are not getting something, because you are lacking something and you want it. You are so frustrated because if you don't have that, or if you don't do this way the things, then you are nothing. You are worthless. Your true self doesn't believe that. Your true self doesn't believe that what you do is actually yourself. Your true self doesn't believe that your true self doesn't believe that who you are is worthless. It doesn't, because it doesn't need to. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to believe that way. That's even just erased from existence. Your true self knows true value, your true value. So I invite you to grow. I invite you to find who you are more often, because it's so easy to just get lost. Your true self is trying to find out how to be more there for you. You know what I'm saying? The version of yourself that is completely you, the purest you, is trying to find out a way to go and live in your life. But it won't if you don't allow it. It won't if you don't reflect. It won't if you don't take action into reflecting who you are, into recognizing that version of you who is in such a power and such control and such compassion that you cannot even describe it with anything else. The purest joy in your life comes from who you really are. That's something I'm 100% sure about. You are more than you think. You are just so much more. But it's so difficult to find it out. It's so difficult to recognize it, to really embrace it. It's so fucking difficult that you prefer just to avoid it and just throw your fucking life to a fucking trash bin. Just wasting your life. Hurting other people even, you know. Some people, they're just like so lost trying to be within a group because they're so lonely and miserable. They don't know who they actually are. They're so afraid of exploring and reflecting and thinking beyond. They're so afraid of being compassionate. They're so selfish that they just cannot seem to understand who they are. So they end up hurting other people because they are so afraid, because they are so angry with themselves. So yeah, you can be fat, you can be super slim, you can have zero muscles, you can have a funny voice, you can move in a different way, you can have like a curved back, you can be so many ways, physically, even mentally if you want. But that doesn't mean that you are worthless, that you are just no one. That doesn't mean anything of that. And if you're suffering really for who you are, it's most likely because you haven't actually found out your true self. Like, you know, you are just, let's say you are in your job, right? And you, most of the time you're fucking stressed and you are like, oh fuck, like I cannot do this anymore. I'm just so tired of my life. I'm just so tired of this. This is pure bullshit. Like I just want to throw everything apart. Like, so stressed, right? But then one day, you somehow feel like what is happening in that day is completely fine. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel so much joy to whatever you are doing, even like it doesn't even that matter that much anymore. That you are just like completely grateful for that day. You are just completely grateful to be able to breathe more, to be able to have your heart beating, to be able to think, to be able to eat, to be able to talk with other people. That even if you are in front of a laptop or whatever, you are just in pure joy. You are just like wondering, so like, wow, what is this thing? You know, like you are just amazed by the fact that you are alive, whatever is happening right now. You're just not just taking for granted all that is around you. You are just in complete awe with life. Even if you are in your work, that is the moment when you have found your true self. the self that is not judging all the time other people, that is not judging your circumstances, that is not judging what is happening around you, what is not judging yourself. That's your true self. So to find it, it's just being aware of it. You just need to be aware. And once you are more aware and more aware and more aware, then you will start learning who you really are. And not only that, but you start learning to be more in that self mode, or that version of yourself. Why? But why to be your true self? Basically for self-esteem, that's one of the main things. Self-esteem, self-love, to be in peace with life. It's amazing. The key here is when you're in awe with life. When you're in awe with your own life. No matter how you look, no matter how tall, how short, how fat, how slim, how weird looking you might be, or whatever. If you think that you are not normal, whatever. When you're just in awe with life, with the experience you're having in life, that's the true version of yourself, the true self. One of the things that is super crucial about finding out who your true self is by not taking everything personalized. What I'm saying here is that not really caring that much about what others think of you. People are judging all the time each other, and that's because they're not true to themselves in the first place. So they will judge you. In fact, everybody will judge you most of the time. Now, should you care? No, you shouldn't care. You should just act. You should just do whatever you are, because that's who you really are. If you want to be that, then be that. Do not be afraid. Do not get angry about other people judging you. Do not give them that power of knowing that you have fallen into their trap of judgment. Own yourself. Own your true self by not caring that much about what other people say. Now, if other people are saying, oh yeah, that looks nice or whatever, you can take it as a compliment, but don't personalize it. Do not personalize it, because you know who you are. Yeah. If you know who you are, you don't need compliments. It's nice to get them, not gonna lie, but you don't need them. Another thing is that if you want to be true to yourself, become vulnerable with the people you care about. Yes, vulnerable. What I'm saying is being completely honest. Being completely honest. Open communication with the people you care about, with the people you love. If you feel like you are not loving anyone, I'm sorry, but actually that's not true self. That's not your true self. That's bullshit. You are loving someone right now, and that's yourself. If you think that, oh yeah, I don't love anyone, I don't know what is love is all about, that's bullshit, because you love yourself. If you haven't found out that, you gotta do work. A lot of work. Learn who you really are by getting to know your inner child. This is crucial to learn your true self, because the fact is that when we were little, or just children, we were the most authentic selves. But things are happening, people are just judging us all the time, or situations happen around us. I don't know, maybe traumas, right? Everybody has maybe a little trauma here and there, that we lose connection to our true selves. We may end up losing everything about who we really are. But you don't have to. And that's the thing. You don't have to pretend who you are if you embrace your inner child. How to embrace your inner child. Well, that's something I could talk in another video. So if you want to follow, just follow mindfully. Please do not subscribe if you are not gonna see any other video. If you're not gonna check the channel from time to time, and what I mean checking is not just being in the homepage all the time just scrolling around, but what I'm meaning is more like actually checking out the channel back. One of the things that you can do for doing that, if you actually want to subscribe and you are able to see more content here, is by activating the bell. Maybe it will give you a little reminder, but if you really want to follow, I hope you are mindful enough to sometimes check your subscriptions and desubscribe to the ones that you don't care and just follow that content. Not just be lost in the algorithm, because that's another thing. But anyway, embrace your inner child. That's crucial. And I'm getting eaten here by fucking mosquitoes and just so fucking annoying. So I hope to finish very soon. But yeah, your inner child is your true self. Find it.